get this party started. John Boggs here, CEO of the Life Mastery Institute, where we certify and train transformational coaches on living lives they truly love living. Today's video is about leadership. I had a great opportunity just in the last couple of hours to meet with all of the certified coaches of the Life Mastery Institute. We got two levels of certification. We've got Dream Builder coaches and we've got Life Mastery consultants. And what we were talking about was the concept of the disconnect in business today regarding leadership. Gallup did a study recently where they surveyed over 1,000 leaders and they asked them, how do you consider yourself regarding your leadership skills? Do you think you're an average leader? Do you think you're an above average leader? And they gave them a number of different criteria for that. And 87% of the leaders surveyed rated themselves as at least average or above average in their leadership. And then they surveyed over 1,000 of the people working for those leaders. And they asked them, do you consider yourself the leadership in your company, the people that you're working for, to be below average, average, above average in the effectiveness of their leadership? 17% of those people felt like they were getting effective leadership. So why is that? Why is there such a gap between the way that leaders think they're leading and the way employees see their leadership? And really what as you dig deep and you discover, is that every business starts off as an idea, something that somebody's passionate about, something that they would love to create, whether it be Henry Ford putting together Ford Motor Company or Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak building Apple computers. They got an idea. They got something they want to build. And then over time, the business becomes about the transaction. You lose the passion and it becomes about making money and it becomes about a transaction. And people are no longer in love with the original concept, and work becomes a noun. I go to work instead of a verb, something that I'm actually doing, something that I'm taking action on because I'm in love with it. And so the result of that is super low engagement in business today. Studies say that the average person, the average worker in the United States in an 8-hour workday produces less than 90 minutes of actual productivity. That's the average. So these are people you can tell that are not passionate about what they're doing. They're not passionate about what they're involved in. So one question to great leadership that you can ask yourself, that we talked about today on the Life Mastery Consulting call, was how can you tell if you are effectively leading yourself? Because in a lot of companies, you can't rely on the leadership above you. You're going to have to lead yourself. So how can you tell if you are practicing effective self-leadership? So my encouragement to you is to answer that question. Put down in the comments one idea that you have. We heard some great ideas. Some of the things that were shared were things like the way I wake up in the morning. I know that I am effectively leading myself when I wake up in the morning excited about what I'm going to do that day. Another person shared that I know that I am practicing great leadership when I look at the end of the day and I see that the things that I had planned for that day that I wanted to execute actually got done. And while I was working that day, time flew by. I just found that all of a sudden, boom, my day was gone. I got a lot done and I feel great about myself. That's when I know I am practicing effective self-leadership. So this video has been all about one question that you can ask yourself that will help you express greater leadership. And whether you're leading a big team or you are a solopreneur, you can effectively lead yourself in the direction of what you would want to create. So let's do a little masterminding together. Let's make this video a place where we share lots of ideas on what we can notice, what do we see, what can we document together that is an example of effective self-leadership. How do you know if you're leading yourself well? I'd love to find out. Also, if you have anybody, any friends or family that are leaders or run companies, this would be a great video to share with them, because it's a great question for them to ask themselves. How do they know if they're effectively leading themselves? I'm a firm believer in great self-leadership. I think it matters. I know it makes a difference for me today, and I know that Candy is having fun. So we're going to go finish the rest of our walk, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.